Oh, I just muted myself. Hello. Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 15 of Road to Hagdom. We are here with a fabulous crew. I think one's just popped out for a second, but she'll be back. Look, before I introduce the crew, look, if you're in Australia or New Zealand or Fiji or Papua New Guinea, happy Father's Day. We do our Father's Day in September. I don't know why. Everyone else seems to do it in June. I know Mother's Day is pretty much a universal date, but yeah, it's Father's Day this weekend in Australia. Right. Introductions. We have Mike from Chicago, Christy from Brisbane, Suey with the child, Toto in tow from Utah. Paulina's also in Brisbane. Lucy from the UK. Edwin's in Perth. He's hi Edwin. He's just around the no, I don't know where he is, but he's in Perth. Trish from Florida, Christine from San Francisco, and we have May. May has popped out, I think, because her she's a bit laggy. Let's see, she hasn't come back yet. Okay, right. While we're waiting, what's got everyone excited in K-pop this week? And here's May. Here's May. Hi. So, what's got everyone excited in K-pop this week? We need something so Toy can put a playlist up.
Yeah.
Every week we have a playlist. Hey?
B2B.
Keys new album.
Yeah. Try not to be big the melody, but B2B.
Okay, B2B.
Well,
I've been fangirling hard.
We're still waiting on ATEEZ. Is still scratching it out. ATEEZ has got like a 1 month lead up with all its bloody photos and things like that. I haven't watched. No one spoil it. I haven't watched. I'm reacting to the performance previews of ATEEZ after this, so I haven't heard any of the songs.
Oh, Frankie,
what else?
you are going to die.
Oh God!
Make sure you've got strong alcohol with you.
Jesus! All right. Let's see.
So,
anyone?
Key and
I've got a
Taeyong.
random one.
Key and Taeyong.
What are you excited about? Oh, we got Amiga.
Oh, Amiga X, yes.
Oh,
Should I haven't put my reaction for the previous
Yay.
one. Yeah. Paulina.
Yeah, so I was away from social media for like a month, and as soon as I got back, Changjo from Teen Top dropped his second single, digital single, and it's amazing. And I nearly fainted because I had no idea. So it's really, really good. So it's called Hurting You, and you should check it out because it's awesome.
Check it out.
Yeah.
Right.
It's very good, very, very good.
Okay, so we got in Hype are doing another thing. Oh, they all tested positive for COVID. I think there was someone else as well.
Ace, we didn't say anything about Ace
and
yet.
Flying.
Oh, Ace. No, we got Ace.
Over there
Ace
on
did,
the
yeah.
We got Ace.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Human has COVID. I think that's the only one I know
and
of.
Flying. Most of Flying have come
Yeah,
down. As
and
well.
Yeah,
Oh, that's
Keys
who
just came down
was.
with it.
Yeah.
God damn it.
Yes, Rachel J.D.
Ho Young Sang, who was in SS501, he has a new single album out that's really good.
Oh.
What is GOT7 doing something? Good Lord.
I don't know about GOT7. I know Mark Twain is on the Shang-Chi and the Ten Rings soundtrack.
Yep, he is.
Wow.
Along with
And DPR.
Ian,
DPR, yep. Ian and
Free,
Live.
BB. There's a lot of artists on there.
Right.
It's a really
I'm
good
glad we're all
OST, by the way, guys.
Yeah.
I'm glad we're all excited because firstly, right, before we look into why, how our friends and family feel about K-pop and all the dramas we have to go through just to love K-pop, why can't we just be left alone? Quickly, let's go around and just pinpoint if you could say one thing about K-pop that has kept you in K-pop. Do you know what I mean? It's hard. Mike.
It's never boring. They're not willing to. They're willing to experiment no matter what. Any kind of genre you can find in K-pop.
Okay, Christy, and you in the chat, let us know as well. Is that one thing about K-pop that just keeps you coming back, Christy?
Well, for me, it was the music and confession. I actually just listened to K-pop for almost a full year before I started looking at any music videos. So that's what drew me. I was just so excited by the music and still am. Mm-hmm.
Yep. Sui and Toto?
I second the music and also the dancing. The dancing was what blew me away.
Dancing's
the second
amazing.
I watched something and I was in because of that.
Well, and that's what got me into it with Alex. I watched her dancing for 5 years before I actually got into K-pop.
Oh,
Toto?
wow.
You want to say?
Yeah, I was going to say the performance factor, which the dancing goes into that.
Yeah. Paulina?
Good music and beautiful men.
Well.
Oh, yes, man.
Well, yes. It doesn't hurt, does it? May?
Obviously the music, but also it's it's almost like the community, not the fan community, but the relationship that you build with the. Sorry, that was kind of tea, but the community, like the vibe with the groups, like you really feel like you're a part of it, and I really like that.
Yeah, same. Lucy?
The music, really. Like wherever there's a genre, you can find it, really. Or
it's got everything
in one song.
Edwin?
Music, performances, and the pretty ladies in my case.
Yeah.
I don't mind the pretty ladies either. All the pretty.
Well, I echo everybody else, but quite simply, when it comes down to it, it just makes me happy. It's great escapism, and I think we all need anything that makes us happy right now, especially with things how they are.
Yeah, definitely. Christine?
Yeah, I'm kind of like Trish. It makes me happy. In the beginning, when I got into K-pop, a lot of it was about bonding with my kids, and we all like the same thing. My kids are into other things now, so for me, what keeps me in it is I just absolutely love the music. It makes me happy. New songs every day, a great new song every week, pretty much, something I love. And so it's great. It keeps me in it.
Yeah, it makes me happy every single day. Right, we're going to play a stupid yes/no game, and you guys in the chat, get ready to answer yes or no as well. Right, I'm going to read out a few stupid things that people say to us about K-pop, and you need to put up a yes or no sign if you've ever had this said to you. Mike's already got it right. Here we go. I might do some voices, okay? It's all manufactured. They don't even write their own music. Okay. Okay. All right, we'll go with Mike. Mike, what do you say to people when they come up with that shit?
Keep it PG.
I say that Whitney Houston didn't write any of the music, and we all say that she is one of the most awesome artists of all time. So there you go.
Okay. And I'm not going to pick on. Call on everyone, but you'll have opportunity to talk more about it later because we're just going to crap on a bit after this. Paulina?
I really don't care if they don't write their music. I never cared. I've listened to boy bands my whole life and girl groups, and songwriting never occurred to me as a reason to listen to anyone.
Okay. Lucy?
I think we can just enjoy music without that fact, really, can't we? I mean, somebody's written it. There is a whole bunch of people behind the scenes that people don't appreciate generally, and that's like globally. That's not just in Korea.
Yeah,
like there are songwriters everywhere.
Just tossing out the names that do write their own music,
Exactly. Because Western music isn't scrutinized as much, There's so many, majority of, I wouldn't say majority, but there's many artists who write other people's songs, and people make a living out of writing songs for other artists,
Absolutely.
What's this? Oh, okay. They don't say stupid things. They scared me. Next one.
Hannah, you are a little intimidating.
Are they wearing makeup? They look like girls. No, that's obviously for the boys. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
They've said that to me, yeah.
Christy?
Yeah, they've said that to me, and I don't think I say anything to that. It's like,
you know what you should say?
Get used to it. They wear makeup.
Guess what? They would make it back in the 80s.
Yep.
I'm going to do a video about my 80s thread. Actually, actually, guys, we're doing a show next week. Our favourite 80s concepts in K-pop. So if you're interested in that, we might talk a bit more about people wearing makeup in that one. May?
I get a lot of that actually at work. People see my lock screen or my photo card in my phone, or I'll just mention that I like K-pop, and they talk about how they're feminine and they look like girls. And honestly, I wish I looked that good. Like, these men are just gorgeous. It doesn't matter if they wear makeup or not. Also, I think it's 2021. I think we get past that. I think it's jealousy, to be honest.
And that's my aim at being 56 years old, is to actually dress like a K-pop boy and look half as good as they do. Edwin?
Exactly.
Yes. Normally it comes from guys, obviously, who always say that, and I'm just like, oh, you poor, fragile masculinity. I feel sorry.
Actually, look, my story is I said to Alex, when Alex showed my daughter first showed me G-Dragon, her bias, I said he looks like a girl. I did say that, okay? 5 years later, guess who was hopping on a plane to Sydney with VIP tickets to see G-Dragon, her first concert? Me. So,
I mean, you know, awakening can happen.
Christine?
G-Dragon.
Yeah, I've gotten that. It really bothers me with like my in-laws. When we first got into K-pop, we sat down with my in-laws and they were like, "What is this K-pop thing? You got to show it to us." And the first thing they said were like, "They all look like girls. They're so feminine. This makes me uncomfortable." I'm like, "Oh, get the fuck out of here!" I'm like, "I just
that's your issue." Then
It was so exactly. I'm like, that is clearly your issue.
Yeah. All right. Here's another one. It's just lollipop music.
I've never heard that.
No. Yeah, kind of.
Lollipop.
Oh, really? I have my friends, maybe that's not the correct phrase, but I've had people tell me that they went to Japan and I think they've heard the very cutesy side of K-pop.
The bubble gummies.
Yeah, bubblegum.
The bubblegum pound.
Yeah.
Oh, they're all bubblegum lollipop. You know what I mean? Bubblegum music, yes. All right, God, it's just, guys. All right, substitute bubblegum for lollipop. I mean, Jesus. In the chat. Yes, bubblegum. You Americans, Jesus. All right. What do you say when they think it's all just cute kids music? Who haven't I called on yet? Trish. And Sui.
I don't know that I've heard that much like directed at me. I mean, I've seen it online and stuff, but it's sort of like, it's sort of like it runs the gamut. You can have cutesy and then you can have like really hard, dark stuff. It's I've said this kind of thing
just show them
before
Dr. Bebe.
Yes, Dr. Bebe. That's
of.
exactly what I was thinking. Because, and the thing was, I know I compare this to books a lot because I'm a writer, but it's sort of like, it's the same thing because like you get a lot of like, people who like to talk crap about romance writing. I'm just like, it's all, sex or whatever. It's like, well, you have everything from really clean Amish romance all the way up to, they're doing it as soon as they see each other. But so, I mean, it's like anything,
totally,
in the creative world runs the gamut. So.
Toto and Sui?
If they say that to me, then my immediate reaction is to want to pull out all of the hard hitting stuff and show them everything. And then they're really sorry at that point that they said anything, right? Because they don't want me to start showing them all the things. But that's my immediate reaction is to show them, like, here, let me show you this. Let me show you this,
Yeah. That's my frustration, though. I've got one particular friend. Like, a lot of my friends are just, as I said, I think we've talked about it in another show. I think we were talking about it in I'm Old But I'm Not Dead. It's that they my friends are happy that I'm into K-pop because I'm doing other things. But I've got a couple of particular friends who I know appreciate good music. Like we have 80s, we used to have 80s dance pop Friday at work on, before I was into K-pop. And I'll say, look, I just want to show you this one song. And they're like, I've heard it. This is what I said. I've heard it. I went to Japan or somewhere, or even my Cairo, who'd lived in Korea. She only ever heard K-pop from in stores. And it was usually really cute girl group songs. And I'll say, look, just let me play. And just point blank dismiss me not wanting to hear it.
Right.
Or I'll show someone something. I'll post something on Facebook, which I've given up doing now. And someone will say, oh, yeah, not my cup of tea. And it's like, well, there's every genre in K-pop. K-pop's not a genre. It's a I don't know, a system, a way of life.
It's an umbrella.
It's the same as listening to the top 10 pop in Western music and then assuming that all Western music is the same as top 10. It's like, why would you do the same thing? Yeah.
I agree, Hannah. There's nothing wrong with it. I love some of really, really catchy girl group songs, but if that's not their taste, some of them think that's all there is. There's, that it's just
there's only one flavor of K-pop.
That's right.
Yeah. All of
okay.
Come from ignorance.
This one you probably haven't said to you, but I've seen it on YouTube so many times. I'm just Korean Backstreet Boys. That's the Korean Backstreet Boys.
Honestly,
about a certain group, yes.
Yeah.
About a certain group. Yeah.
Who, Mike? Who, Mike?
Well, we have our
Don't do it.
friends that BTS. Maybe you've heard of them. They're a little bitty group
Well, look,
that's from Korea.
my next question. Are they BTS?
Yes, they are BTS.
I had this yesterday
I
at
started
work,
saying
right?
yes.
On Friday, actually, it was Friday at work. I said I was going to play some K-pop, and my friend goes, "Oh, BTS," and I'm like,
No.
I went, "No, BTS aren't
I say I like
actually
K-pop,
a
and they
group
go,
that
"Oh,
I'm
yeah,
into."
BTS."
What do you tell them? I mean, I don't want to know if you like BTS or not, but
There's lots of
I would
other
say
groups.
there's so
is what
much
I
more.
say. There's
Do they know
so much
So
more?
much more, yeah.
Yeah.
They
I
think
don't
they
get
all
it.
sound like
So-
BTS, so there's no point in listening to the other groups.
Well,
thing
I
is,
think
at
they're
this
all part
point-
of BTS. I'm like,
at this point,
30,000
BTS doesn't
guys
even
are all in
sound.
BTS.
BTS doesn't even sound like K-pop anymore, to be honest. A lot of it. Let's
It's
be
like
real. A lot of the stuff they do is
NCT, but
westernized.
BTS.
I'm
Yeah.
sorry, I don't even listen to react to them anymore because
No, at least not the A
90%
side.
of
And they
Yeah, the
talked about
title
it as
track.
well.
the title tracks, some of them I'll end up singing too because I find them catchy, but I just find that they don't even sound like K-pop anymore.
I don't even
Right.
think they like their title tracks anymore, to be honest with
No.
They
you.
have ascended.
They
Yeah.
Can I say though?
We're all going to ascend shortly if there's any army in the chat. All right. These ones,
Any army in the
About
chat?
that, though.
Sorry.
these ones sort of go together. So
Sorry,
I'll
not
ask
sorry.
you for
Oh.
I'll ask you both together because I've been do you have an Asian fetish or you're having a midlife crisis?
Oh my God.
Yes.
The assumption that I'm
called the
having an
rice
Asian
queen.
fetish.
I've not actually been.
I've
not,
been called
not
a
to
rice
me,
queen.
no.
Okay. Paulina, I know you have thoughts on this.
Oh, I have thoughts. So yeah, there is definitely. So it's definitely a lot of stigma, like around here anyway in Australia, about being non-Asian and liking Asian pop and liking Asian things. And it's not just K-pop; it's to do with if you used to like anime before, that became mainstream. If you like J-pop, it became mainstream. So yeah, it is. It's still unfortunately around. And yeah, I don't think anyone really directly accused me of having the fetish, but you just feel like people judge you a lot. And it's not even Asian people. It's like other non-Asian people who judge you really, really harshly. And you have to, that's one thing you have to be very careful because that can actually cause damage and stuff. So that's one thing I'm very mindful when I tell people about K-pop, and I don't kind of go and tell people, oh my God, they're so beautiful and I love them, because I'm just very mindful that people do think there is a fetish. And unfortunately, there are a lot of people who do have that fetish. And there's unfortunately a lot of Asian people, and especially like here, who experience that themselves. So it's it's a very, it's very delicate subject.
Anyone else, Mike?
But yeah.
Anyone else?
I've been
Just
called
chime in if
I've
you
been
wanna.
called a rice queen, so that's just
Oh yeah.
totally
Oh no.
that you
That is the
fetishize
worst.
Asian men specifically. But you know what? It's not, regardless of it being true or not. It's music. You're not. I mean, when it comes down to it, for me, it is music. It's not just seeing the pretty boys, which I do enjoy. All the pretty boys. You can't disregard that. But I mean, I'm not looking at the pretty boys. I'm listening to their pretty music in my headset all day
They're
long.
They're not in the car with you while you drive. Like I'm driving
Right.
down the highway. But it was so funny. Once I actually tweeted about it when this guy came into this big buffy hairy bloke came into our office to deliver something, and I'm like, hello, and I had to tweet, I still like big buffy Caucasian blokes. I haven't dated since I've been into K-pop, but it's not, and I do love my Korean boys and my Asian boys, but I never when I was dating, I've never actually dated anyone Asian.
Just watch me and Troya tweet back and forth. You'll see all the various things.
Oh yeah, so I still like big hairy Caucasians as well. I like everyone. I like everyone. Put it out there, guys. Single.
I do
no,
not
only
like
joking.
everybody, but I like a lot, so it's all good.
Who else?
But one thing though,
Oh,
Sorry.
who wants to have a May? I'm calling on you. You're not having a midlife crisis, so has anyone ever told you were fetishizing Asians?
I've actually even had like my dad say it, but in like he thinks it's like a funny thing. Like he's not, but I've explained to him almost that's borderline racist to even say that. And then after that happened, you know, but like I said, everybody at work, I get it all the time.
Here.
I get all kinds of just nasty comments. And at the end of the day, my fiance is a white, hairy man. So
we like them too.
I like all the guys.
I got one of them in the background.
It's just if big buffy white hairy blokes dance and sing like that, probably like them too, but more. But never mind. All right,
talent there.
This is that's the end. That is the end of the yes or no game for today. Thanks for participating. All right. I'm just going to go around.
As long as he's talented in other ways, May, that's all that matters.
Okay. I'm going to go around and ask you some questions now. So what I want to know is, have you told your friends? Do you? How far does your knowledge of your K-pop obsession go? Is it your family, your friends, your workplace? How many people are you how many people are you willing
literally
to
everyone?
Yeah. Mike, so we'll start with Mike. Mike, how far does that ring go?
You know, the ring is wide. I allow my K-pop flag to fly, and I just don't let people bother me at all. I'm in the office. I'm playing, Ace, or but lately I've been playing Knife on the office speaker, and they're all looking at me and like, "Hey, I control this, so you're just gonna have to enjoy it."
You're right.
But Mike's holding us hostage again.
Man.
Christy, who have you told your dark secret to?
So all the family, most of my friends, work. I'm pretty out at work, even to the point where my boss, like he sent me a Christmas message with and he then he thought he was being funny and he spammed, the EXO from the Miracles in December with the EXO Christmas tree.
Mm-hmm.
He attached it. He sent me. He says he's like Merry Christmas and I think he thought he was being funny, but he spammed me with EXO. So I don't think he realised how excited I was. I'm like, oh my god, it's EXO. He's like, oh god,
that's amazing. Toto and Sui.
So the thing for me is that I didn't realize there was a stigma around K-pop when I first got into it. So I was telling everybody. I was so excited about this new music I had discovered. And I was, I just wanted to share it with everyone. And we started the channel so that we could, talk to the world. And I was so excited about it. And I didn't realize that there was something about it that most people were like, But and it took me about a couple years. And then all of a sudden my friend said, you know what? You talk about this way too much. And they shut me down, and I will never forget the day. I will never forget it because it was kind of a dagger, and then I just shut up after that. So everybody knows, and I will talk to people if it comes up, But after that, I realized I'm like people think this is weird. I guess I don't know why, and so I guess I won't bother them about it. Do you know what I mean? So it was a really sad day to realize that.
I know I had a situation like that at work where when I first started this channel, I did non-K-pop fan reactions, and the two of the girls it was 4 people from my work, 3 people I work with and one of the students at work. And then my boss found it, my direct supervisor, she was a freaking bitch anyway, but she found out. And I thought everyone was cool with it, but then she'd make publicly in front of people in meetings and that she'd make little snide, thinking her K-pop,
Yep.
and you'd go, oh, you fucking bitch. I see how it is, So I don't, like my current direct supervisor, she'll probably find out now that she's left. Like I didn't mention it to her. I've decided I'm not telling anyone else I work with because the way people suddenly don't take you seriously. I mean, the close friends I work with in my area, they know because a lot of them know because they've seen me go off on trips and they're just happy for me to do stuff. But we keep having restructures at work. So every time I get this whole new team, I don't want to announce it. Like someone will figure it out and they also, because maybe they know Alex's dance crew, or like I've got a couple of people who know about K-pop, but I just say to them, look, just don't tell everyone, because it just, people give me shit. Toto.
So I'm kind of, I don't know, a more positive situation, I guess, because I, like, when we found K-pop was like the end of my high school time, and so I was transitioning to college, and so when I got to college, I just found all the K-pop fans, and we all became friends.
That's nice.
And
yeah.
And so, like, pretty much all of my friends are K-pop fans also, but then, you know, I did tell other people, like, throughout all of college, I pretty much wrote almost every research paper that I could about, like, K-pop or, like,
I love you.
industry
I love
or
you,
something.
Zozo.
This is why I'm on Twitter now.
I think she has the advantage of being younger. So, you know,
Yeah.
if you're a young person, then it's okay. If you're an old
There's
person,
no
if you're
stigma
hag,
to it.
yeah, then something's off, right?
You feel like, because I've only got a, well, we'll talk about, okay, we do have a question in relation to this, but the only people I know in real life who are into K-pop, well, I've probably got two people, Alex and a friend of mine, Andy, who was already into K-pop, and I've met her in real life. And I think the other people, no, 3 or 4 maybe, but they're not here. They're over east, but I met them on social media. I almost feel like people from completely different backgrounds. Like, look, personally, I probably don't have a couple of you I've probably got stuff in common with. Do you know what I mean? Liking K-pop automatically gives you that thing in common, and I feel like it says something about a person's personality that they're so into it, because you're willing to put up, it shows you're willing to put up with shit. It shows you've got a passion for something. It shows you've got an appreciation for good music. But I just feel like there's a little something common thread that runs through all my friends I've met who like K-pop anyway. There's always the exceptions, and that just makes you, I don't know, get on. You don't, and we can be totally have different beliefs and everything.
Right.
It's
the best
wonderful.
thing ever.
Right.
Yeah. Totally. Paulina, how many people know your secret?
Pretty much everyone. Like anyone who's friends with me on Facebook, my son's kindy teacher, my friends, my daughter's parents of her kindy friends, a tattoo artist that did my tattoo. I used to work at a warehouse, and I used to work on the floor, so I would play K-pop like all the time. Uni professors, pretty much everyone who works at my local McDonald's or Hungry Jack's, because we blast either K-pop or Descendants. So pretty much everyone. And I guess it doesn't like bother me because, as I said, I've liked K-pop for a long time. So before then I loved boy bands. So I've always been basically judged for liking boy bands. It doesn't really bother me.
Who else?
But everyone.
Who else does this? Because I've done it. We were joking, Alex and I, because there's this K-pop, there's a Korean cultural society or something, just on, I think it's on Manning Road or something, and we were stuck in the traffic. So Alex and I were joking that we should put our music up really loud, so if we can attract, who plays K-pop, to see if we can attract other K-pop fans.
I do actually.
Shiny stickers.
That's Dean. I put Dean
on my
up loud on the car,
I put when I haven't done it recently because I don't work full time in the office at the moment, but for a couple of years there I sit at the front desk at work, so I just have K-pop going, because then I get about once a month I'll get because we've got a lot of overseas Asian students. You'll get someone going, is that EXO? And then you find out, and suddenly you mean these students are just best friends. It's amazing. Who else?
Actually, I have a funny story just about family and K-pop. So when my father-in-law used to live in the US, and Weaver's shop doesn't ship to Australia at the moment. So I actually got him to bring back like 10 BTS albums back from America for Christmas. And he had no idea. He thought it was books, so he declared it as books. And I was just picturing people in like costumes just laughing their asses off and wondering, why does this 60-year-old man have 10 K-pop albums in his bag?
No,
So was
Well,
it,
they are
books.
books. Books.
They are books.
yeah,
They are books.
it was
May,
a great
how-
sacrifice on the spot.
How many rings of hell does your K-pop go through?
Oh.
Family, friends, work.
Pretty much everybody knows. There have been good things that happen because everybody knows. Like
Mike.
one day, oh, that's beautiful. Look at that book.
Mike, put it away.
Like one day I was working at a different location, and it was a coworker I had maybe worked with once or twice, and she's 50. So we're sitting there and we're talking about trying to get to know each other, and all of a sudden I'm like, have you ever listened to K-pop? She had no idea. I turned it on. She has been to at least one concert with me now. She went to go see Super M with me. She's just, so you do meet good people.
Mhm.
Yes. I have that shirt right now. But like, so there is good, but I mean the other 99% of my coworkers, it's a small town, so I just get shit on for it.
Yeah.
Just
Yeah.
anything that they, I mean, they all look alike. They call that, like, they'll see two different pictures of two different people and call them the same name every single time. Just really like racist, ignorant stuff.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
it does beat you down after a while.
Yeah, it really
but-
does. That's why I'm a bit quiet about it at the moment.
Yeah. I've gotten
It's
to that
such a
point
shame.
too.
Yeah. Yeah.
Mhm.
Lucy?
I think pretty much everyone knows because I'm very vocal about it. I grew up an anime kid before this. This is my first.
Oh, so they already knew you were a weeb.
You're a little bit weird. That's all good.
Hey.
My husband and generally people are very much like, no thanks. My husband absolutely loathes it. I even tried to play Dean, Mike.
Oh,
and
that's
he's
gotta
like,
be so
"No."
hard.
My husband loathes it. He won't even participate in anything to do with it. But it's
What kind of
fine.
music
I've
does
got
he
a
like?
friend.
What kind of music does he like?
We both like a lot of rock and stuff, and I've tried playing in rock bands, but he just like shuts his ear out. He's like, it's not as good. It's not the same.
They don't. That's right. They won't. You find out. I've done that. I've played K-pop in the genre of what these people like.
Yeah, and then
they still don't. I wish they put out more instrumentals with like an instrument instead of the voice, so people can't tell that it's in another language
K-pop.
and see
The
what
metal
and
community is
and
really
trick
bad with
people.
it too.
Oh, okay, Edwin.
Mainly friends. I think some people at work know. Actually, no, wait. Maybe not this new office that I started, but my previous office knew because I took time off to go to a K-pop concert.
Yeah,
That's how they find out.
also a Korean
but
music
yeah.
festival is what I call it.
Yeah,
There we
yeah,
go.
pretty much. Super music
Korean
festival.
music festival.
Yeah, Korean. But yeah, no, most family knows. They just accept that I like it. And it's not like they necessarily fully support it, but it's not like they come out and fully hate it either. But I don't talk about it as much as if anything. Friends wise, obviously we get to choose who we want to be with, so you just choose to be with people who enjoy it just as much as you do.
Exactly. Trish.
Well, I mean, pretty much anybody who knows me knows that I like it because I tweet about it all the time. And
Trish has
I
got
will say that there's a
newsletter, don't you? You have a
yeah,
monthly
I do have a
newsletter.
newsletter.
There's if you want to subscribe, there's a link in the description.
And
go ahead.
The thing is like there are, because I'm an author, it's like I have a presence on Facebook and Twitter, but it's sort of like over the past few years, it's like I've pulled away from Facebook because it's usually a dumpster fire. And, you know, and the people who follow me there are not the people who are really into K-pop. Twitter, it's just like, you know, I might tweet about my books every now and then, but it's mostly like, oh my God, check out this new song, you know? And so it's like I'm a Stan account without being a Stan account. So yeah, and then my husband, I mean, he's a musician, so I mean, he like writes music and stuff, so he's probably in there doing it now. But he's not really a pop music fan. He's more of a rock guy too. But he will, if he hears something that he's like, well, that's an interesting chord progression or something, But he's funny. He'll wander into my office several times a week and go, so how are your K-pop boys today? So he's kind of funny about it.
At least he's endearing.
Yeah, he's cute. I think I'll keep him. I've had him for over 30 years, so
Yeah.
So he doesn't actively listen to it. He hears it just sort of when he wanders in here. So funny story, you all were talking about playing it in the car, to see if anybody recognized it. I kind of do it because when I'm feeling bitchy. So, because where I live, everybody listens to like country music or horrible conservative talk radio.
Yep.
So I'll just roll down the windows and blast it. Nice. But anyway, yeah.
Christine.
Yeah, everybody in my family knows, because in my immediate family, we all listen to K-pop together. My husband, we don't all like the same stuff, but we all love K-pop. But outside the family, I'm really careful with who I tell about it. My loved ones, they're assholes about it, but at least they don't treat me differently because I like K-pop. They don't judge it. They don't like it, and they won't give it a chance, but they don't treat me differently. Whereas I'm kind of careful who like I'm just meeting or people that aren't my loved ones, because I feel like it's almost like there's this great Jim Gaffigan sketch where he talks about people finding out you eat McDonald's. And sometimes I feel like people react the same way when they find out you like K-pop. I didn't know I was better than you. It's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
And I hate that, as though K-pop is so lesser than. It's such a joke. And if they find out you like it, they're immediately going to think, well, I'm not going to trust her opinions. She's clearly not too bright. Anything, whatever. She's a teeny bopper. She's into silly stuff. I just am careful. And so, and because people have said to me, I'll say like, do you like K-pop? And they're like, oh God, no, I would never listen to that. And I'm like, well, why don't you listen to it?
You are creepy, Hannah.
And they gave all the reasons we talked about. They throw out it's cheesy, it's manufactured, and I just can't stand it. And so I'm just really careful with who I tell I'm into it.
Yeah.
One thing I just thought of is like one of my favorite tropes in dramas is the found family. And so I feel like that's what we are. We're a found family. It's like people in our real lives,
totally.
They may not be actively like awful about it, but they don't get it. So it's the same as like the cosplay community.
Yeah,
exactly.
But I've been in a couple of had a couple of interests where it was a bit of a niche interest, but K-pop has been the only one that's really had such a family. I mean, maybe to other people, like I was in the roller derby community before I was into K-pop. Apparently, I always need to be in something. And I know a lot of people find that a really big family community. I didn't find it. I felt really out of place, and I thought there was a lot of bitchiness. I don't know. Some people think, roller derby family. Well, I feel like that with K-pop. I just feel like I found my family with K-pop.
Yeah.
And I just forced you all to be my family on here.
So can I just say something?
Yep, Paulina.
So it's really interesting because I've said it to a few people before. I've spent like 15 years pretty much doing K-pop on my own, maybe with a few friends here and there. So like but it is I found the friends I found with K-pop now are just so amazing. So I'm happy doing it on my own because I'm used to it. It can be lonely, but whatever. But yeah, it's definitely like this big community, which is really awesome. And then you find you like different things as well. Like I started talking about Jane Austen to some people. Some people like books. So we find other interests, but we were brought together by K-pop. So it is very awesome.
Yeah. That's nice. All right, just one more question, and then a couple more, and then we're going to do a quiz. So, look, just what do you tell? All right, how do you explain K-pop to someone? we're going to do two questions. We're going to do two questions because I think they sort of go together. Trying to explain K-pop to someone, or it's basically defending K-pop, I guess.
Mhm.
And also, have you actually gotten anyone? Now, I know Suri and Toto is going to have an answer because they're the K-pop converters. If you haven't seen their channel, but how many people in real life have you actually got into K-pop and are still into K-pop? Because I think I've got one person into K-pop. My friend Mel from roller derby. She came to Got7 with me for some reason. I can't remember if she was into K-pop then. I think I've only got one person in real life into K-pop, but I don't think
the power of Jackson Wang to make her be.
I think I did. I think, do you know what
Like middle ground.
I think her favorite group's BTS. But anyway, she came to the Got7 fan meet with me and she liked it. But I think that's the only person. I know I've got a bunch of people into different groups. Like people were saying, "Thanks, Frankie, you got me," because I forced myself on people. But I don't think I've actually got that many people into K-pop. Mike,
yeah.
And what would you start? What would you start with? What would you show them first, Mike?
If I were to show anyone anything first for K-pop, I don't really see. That's the thing. I just say I'm into K-pop. I don't tell people to listen to K-pop because it's like not my thing. But I mean, popular music, for me would be Shiny because I love Shiny and that's my go-to with anything.
If
so I'd be
asked,
like,
not
listen
not
to
forcing
View.
people.
You know what I mean? It'd be great.
If someone said, "Okay, what do you recommend?" I'm curious about K-pop. Well, so have you gotten anyone into? And what would you recommend, or how did you get those people into K-pop? All right, would you recommend Shiny? Of course you would.
I would, of course. But I mean, the most accessible would be, of course, like BTS or even like BoA. Like if you their English album, bring in like something that they could connect to and understand. So that's what I would probably do. I mean,
I got in with
Queen. So
I got in with Fantastic Baby, which just reminded me of the club music I used to pop around.
Fantastic
So,
Baby. Frankie, you know how much I love.
I was hooked on that because that was the kind of music I danced to in the club. Yeah, Christy.
It's really difficult to explain. I really just don't try. I just try and tell people it's just music, people. But I do have some cute stories by being sort of a bit out there and everyone knows I'm into K-pop. Sometimes they find you because people know I'm into K-pop, so you get found. And in particular, there was a horse friend and a co-horse friend just eventually told me, Madeline started watching K-dramas. And the next thing I ended up eventually talking to Madeline, and she's decided she really loves bacon. So next thing, I had a spare poster and had to go give it to her, and she was just so excited.
Aww.
So they find you, And another one is just at work. Like someone just said to me, you need to go talk to Nikki. She likes K-pop. And then interestingly, when I finally had a conversation with Nikki, she was massively into K-dramas and C-dramas as well. So and that is now been like a 2.5 year long work friendship. So by people knowing, you get connected with the sort of it's great.
The people you want to be connected with.
The people, yes, they find you.
That's right. Sui, Toto?
What was the first question again exactly?
Just, how do you explain K-pop to people?
And
have you actually accidentally or on purpose got anyone into K-pop?
I have gotten a real life friend into K-pop, and two in real life friends. And there's been some people who have watched the channel who have gotten into K-pop, and we have been friends since, really good friends, and meet them at the concerts and stuff. Back when there were concerts. But there's a handful of people, not a whole lot, I would say. And what do we tell them? What do you think?
Well, I feel like because we have our channel, the K-pop Converters, where we sometimes do non-K-pop reactions. So how we go about that is if we're explaining K-pop to someone, like the dancing, the fun music, and if they seem interested, then we take the bait.
Well, we always explain there's a ton of genres too, and so then we find out what genres they like, and then we start recommending according to what they might like. And I always explain to him there's a huge range because they always do think that it's bubble gum pop, whatever.
So sometimes we do not K-pop reactions.
Yeah, you got to. That's what someone asked me make a video about, for kids on how to get their parents into K-pop, because my kid got me into K-pop, and that would have been my first thing, was to find out what genre of music your parents are into or were into. Sometimes I find it's the parents that are more have a who I just feel like those who are still stuck in the music they listened to them when they were a teenager somehow aren't going to accept any new music. It's parents who listen to, who move with the times, we're more likely to be accepting of good music, and then pick a genre they like and just play it all day until they start singing along with it. Paulina?
So I got a really good friend of mine into K-pop, which sort of ended up with her getting a lot of other people into K-pop. And she actually ended up going to Korea to teach English. And yeah, the funny story is, because she won't watch this, so I won't be in trouble, but it actually resulted with one of her friends getting a Korean boyfriend and then a Korean baby, which is a really funny story. It is really, really funny, all because of, I think, Big Bang. So you funny, like back in the day, like the song that really got people, so people didn't know K-pop, but they knew Haru Haru by Big Bang. So, which was really, really funny. So everyone, like, you would go, oh, do you know K-pop? No, but do you know Haru Haru? Yes. So the funny thing with this friend, though, is she came back to Brisbane for a little while, and she was the only person on this planet who was able to get me into BTS. And she was like trying, like, stealthily to get me to love them. So yeah, she was the only person on this planet who could get me into BTS. But Frankie was the one who got me into ATs.
I may have gotten a few people into ATs.
Yeah, so yeah.
Shotgun.
And what do I say to people? I just say it's music in Korean. And it's fun.
I'll just tell them it's like any other music, right? With different genres.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, to be fair, Mike will understand it, back like, when I first got into it, and we had like Shinhwa, we had HOT. They were very 90s Western boy band, like, let's face it. And then Dumben Shiki.
Not like they were 90s Western boy
They
bands.
were, basically. So, like, I think we have this, like, it just, that's what they were. They were exactly 90s Western boy bands. And then Dumben Shiki came along, and they were still very much 90s boy band. So I think, like, when people just insulted and called it bubblegum, well, kind of at first it really was. It didn't really kind of branch out until like mid 2000s, like 2006 or whatever, with Big Bang and stuff like that. So, but you just say it's music in Korean. That's all, really.
Mine.
Yeah. So I think, coming from where I came from as far as music standards, I was so anti-pop. I still don't listen to any Western pop. I cannot stomach it. But I came from, like, the hardcore, like, metal community, where you're so judgmental about other music, and it's very niche and, like, all of that, to literally transforming into this K-pop butterfly, getting shunned by all my friends because they refuse. I love it. But like, even like with me and my fiance, so we originally are like, we're really into cosplaying and stuff, and we started with that, and he's so open-minded with stuff like that he just grew into K-pop, and now I have somebody that I can like share. We watch funny videos all the time, and he stands all these really groups, and
I can just see you listening to Mama with EXO and just going crazy.
It's just yes, that is as soon as the Gregorian chanting starts,
right?
That's what hits home.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean, it's really complicated to kind of explain to anybody. I've tried; they just ignore me. They just refuse.
I think we've all got a similar experience of that. Yeah.
Right. But I mean, it's fine that way. If they don't want to, that's their loss.
It really, really is. Liz.
I had a friend that was actually somebody that I went to college with, adjacent friend on Twitter, and we sort of got put together because he was like, "Oh, you like this, so maybe you two should get along," and it was over a TV show, fandom, different thing, and then eventually she started getting into K-pop a bit when BTS started getting a bit big, because she realized that she liked that, and then now we've just completely moved over to a different Twitter account together. She goes to the concerts with me. We've been to the Rose. I've got her into so many groups. I'm known as a menace amongst my friends for getting them into more groups, because they're like, who else have you adopted this week? But
Lucy, I love you.
She's like into so many groups now, and she's her ult's at 8 now. So
good choice.
I have got one person into it at least, but I've recently found out that someone that I showed some flying videos to and things recently has started getting into
Taste.
So
Taste.
maybe I've converted someone else.
Maybe you have. Edwin.
I suppose similar to everything, I would usually just ask, hey, what sort of music you into, and then introduce him to that from the Korean artists. As for getting anyone into K-pop, not really, but because obviously I help friends out when we run K-Club nights here in Perth. Sometimes if friends are curious, I said, oh, look, just come along. You'll meet the crazy diehard BTS and Blackpink fans, but stick around, come early, and we'll play the more popular music. the more popular music. But yeah, and then I said, look, come listen to it. If you love it, great. If you don't, hey, whatever. It's
whatever.
It's what you like, it's what you don't like.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Trish.
It's kind of funny because I have to travel to concerts. It's over 6 hours from here to the nearest place to go. So I go to Atlanta, and one of my good friends, who's also a writer, I stay at her house. So I've dragged her to some concerts. Well, I say dragged. She went with me. So she went to SF9, Monsta X. She immediately loved Wonho.
I mean,
who doesn't?
She also went to the Rose with me. So and I've gotten her into K-dramas too. Now, I won't say that she's sitting up in Atlanta now listening to K-pop and watching K-dramas, but she's not averse to it. She's enjoyed it when she's done it. And occasionally I've had other writer friends who just email me and go, hey, I've kind of, because of all your tweets, I've, listened to some and liked it. And then I have a page on my website where I actually did it's like a beginner's guide to K-pop, because, you get asked the same questions all the time. So it's kind of like a big, the history of K-pop and suggestions for things that they could watch. So, that kind of thing. So, I don't go out and if people ask me about it, I'm happy to talk about it, but it's like, I don't like push it on people. So, but if they follow me at all, they know I'm enthusiastic about it. So,
yeah. Christine?
Yeah, I have also shared so many playlists and compiled so many playlists for friends. Spotify playlists I share, YouTube playlists. Try to get friends into it, but I think at the most they tolerate it. Like if I'm going on a road trip with my best friend, she'll say, "Do you want to play your K-pop playlist?" I'm like, "Yeah, I do." And I can tell after about an hour, she's like, "So have you heard enough? Can we switch now?" I'm like, yeah, okay. So yeah. And what's so funny is they will I have friends that are into like Western pop. And I'm like, if you like Western pop, it's fine if you want to be into other genres that aren't pop related and say you're not into K-pop. If you're a metalhead, if you like hardcore rap, whatever. But if you like pop and you say you don't like K-pop, you're just straight up racist. I'm sorry. Like you don't want to hear music in other languages. Yeah. You don't want to give a chance to people that don't look and sound like
It's
you.
xenophobia.
It
straight
totally
up.
is. It
Exactly.
totally is. So
Yeah.
as far as have I ever actually gotten somebody into K-pop, I help get me and my kids will get their friends into K-pop. So we've made several younger K-pop fans out of our family obsession. But as far as my friends, I think I've gotten friends that will tolerate it, but nobody that's going to go out and listen to it like I do. And they don't come to concerts with me. No.
I don't even associate with those kinds of people anymore, honestly.
Yeah.
Same.
Bye.
There's something to be said about culling your friends list online.
Yeah.
for,
Yeah.
a variety
Yeah.
for a variety of reasons.
I'm culling my family. Like my family.
Oh,
Right?
yes.
So my
me,
mum-
Cranky.
My mum's so bitter and twisted about me being into K-pop because Alex, my daughter's been telling her for the last 5 years that she's going to move to Korea. So mum blames K-pop for ruining her life.
Oh
Alex
my
isn't.
God.
Alex has decided she's not moving to Korea now, which I'm grateful for. Oh, I didn't want her to go, but I never said that right.
But
Hi,
you
Alex,
have
if you're
the
watching.
cutest little babies.
But Mum
I
was
don't
like,
know.
but I've got my mother saying to me, "Oh, I'm going to Singapore for the weekend. Oh, chasing your K-pop boys." I'm like, I'm actually going for a really good concert and going to have an amazing time, and I love traveling too. So it's just and my we with family get-togethers every now and then when my sister comes back from the States. Sitting around the table and everyone's talking about what they've been doing and everyone's listening to my sister's achievements, about her business and that. And then I'll say, well, I do an international chat show with people from 16 different countries on the internet. Everyone's like, And
Oh my God.
anything I do, if it's
I get
involved
this
with
too.
K-pop, it's discounted immediately. It doesn't matter.
Nope.
It doesn't matter. Oh, I've got 25,000 subs. Well,
Yeah.
oh, I probably do. I think I'm going to hit 25 today, guys. But anyway, they don't care. So, anything you do, if it involves K-pop, it doesn't mean anything, and it's.
I've tried to promote I've tried to say to myself or say to people, hey, I've been on a panel at a really huge convention in LA, and they're always like, oh, I guess that's cool, and then they just drop it, and you're just like,
Yeah.
You have to get to the
It's
point
so
where you just
frustrating.
don't have any more ducks to give, Yeah.
Right.
I keep saying I'm not going to tell people anymore because I just get disappointed in their reaction, even my mum. But I've got 104. Oh man, I've got 104 more to get for 25,000. I'm so sad. But yeah, even my mum is just like. Every now and then I'll sort of say something and then I think, why am I just disappointing myself? Oh, he's done it.
so
What a depressing note. All right, guys,
sad.
we enough talking about how we hate our family and friends in the world. It's time for. Okay, right. This is a quiz. Now, you guys in the comments can play. I'm just turning off the comments so the guests can't see your answers. And I think someone was asking me the other day because I wasn't putting the live chat's answers up. I haven't got time for doing that. This isn't viewer game night, guys. This is Road to Hagdom. So you can play in the chat. Maybe someone in the chat can be the judge of who wins each question. Rachel, you can do that. Okay, I'm putting that on you. I've got to see who wins. All right, who wins out of the guests. I mean, the people on the panel. Right. So this is called The Devil Made Me Do It. Look, I'm just making up names. Go to hell. It's because it's backwards. If you play the Beatles backwards, it's the devil talking to you. I'm not really organised. Let me see. Right. So I'm going to play a song. And they're all title tracks or have music videos. They're all from groups that you guys said when you first applied to be on the show. Were some of your top 5 groups? Okay.
Oh God.
So you're stuck if you get these wrong. But I think these are pretty easy because I've used
no matter what.
I've used the main chorus. I've used the main chorus. No, Rachel, you play, but just when someone else, if you can see who was the first in the thing, just put it in the chat. I don't care. You're all gonna suck, all right? We know. It's really easy,
Lucy.
Right?
It's late in Chicagoland. Okay.
Can you
I've
hear
been awake
this?
for over 24 hours.
Yeah.
All right, good. I'm working because sometimes my sound is shit. All right, first one. Look, you'll get these, guys. Don't worry. I know you are shit, but Okay. Here we go. Quiet, please. Quiet, please, in the audience. And call your name out if you want to answer it. If after 3 goes, no one's got it, I'm going to give you. Toto?
Monse 17.
Yeah, guys.
Yeah.
I just got that.
Sort of like.
Okay,
Yeah.
10 points. So you get 10 points for every round.
In those
10 points for every round, and then 20 points in the final round. Okay, so Rachel, let's see who won that one. All right, someone else can say. I'm just going to play the game. All right, next one.
God.
Oh man.
One more time, and then I'll give you a clue.
We really suck at this.
Yeah, you do, Trish. It's the Pentagon song.
Oh.
Pentagon?
So it's we that I'm hearing.
Someone, you get to say your name if you reckon you know what it is.
Can you play it again?
What song is it?
I'm trying to play it forward in my brain and just don't have capacity to do it.
It's
not working.
You guys,
It's not working.
you guys are taking too long.
God.
You guys are taking too long. Come on.
Wow.
Such a
we
bad
really suck at
universe.
this. Oh god.
Can I just
All right,
say,
number
every time that song comes on, I always have to do the My Baby bit, no matter where I am. Like, I'm just compelled.
Yeah.
All right. How's the chat going? Oh, yeah. It was yeah.
Did they get it?
Yeah.
I didn't know.
Wow, we really suck.
I'm not looking.
Absolutely.
That was not shine.
May?
Yeah,
Toto?
Toto's got it. Toto's got it.
Hip. No.
What's
Yes.
up?
Yeah, I heard that. That's easy.
Heard
That
Mama
one.
Mo's
Yeah.
voice, yeah.
I'll put that in there for you, Edwin, because you had them as one of your
Yeah,
faves.
I know. I heard it. I'm like,
May?
Oh, Trish.
May?
Trish? Oh, Trish. I think Trish.
No,
got
it was
got
May. Or was it?
Oh, was it May?
Oh.
Who was it?
Tori.
Pretty well go ahead, Trish.
Was it May or Trish?
I heard May, but I'm not sure.
I heard May.
I may too.
Okay, well,
Right,
so we're gonna have to give it to May. What, May?
Is that Now or Never by SF9?
Yeah.
Oh,
Two of my alt
Great.
groups on there.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
calm down, Mike. Calm down.
But you did know it.
I'm with you,
just didn't get in
Trish.
fast enough. You just didn't
Mike's
get in
having
fast
a
enough.
struggle
Oh, I
there.
love
Okay,
that
here's
choreo
one.
so much.
We can split points.
Trish.
Trish.
The boys
See
know
how hard
it.
it is.
yeah, I got
Yeah.
that one too.
Yeah. Okay.
I love
It's
that.
hard not to sing, man. Every time.
I know. I nearly keep pushing the wrong thing. Okay, here's another one. Say your names loud.
It's hard.
That sounds so familiar.
It
It
does.
really does. It really does.
What is that? This one's gonna piss me off.
Okay, one more, and I'll give you a clue.
I feel like I know this.
Okay,
The voice.
here's the clue. It's a Monster X song.
Ooh, May?
May? May?
Is that Shootout?
No.
Damn.
You're out for this round.
Toto.
Toto?
Alligator.
Clear.
This is why you brought Toto along, isn't it,
Yeah.
Zoe?
I have begged her to help
We
me with
know your
quizzes
plan.
Oh,
many,
Revoke
many
my mom,
times.
Why didn't I have
Fine.
Sam with me
I-
today?
We know your
Dang.
we know
I
your
usually
sneaky
work
plan.
during
All right,
this
I
next
mean,
one.
Frankie, you bring your daughter too if you could.
Yeah.
Oh,
Oh, what? No.
I like this song.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
Vocal
geez.
seems familiar, but I don't know. Ah, I feel like I know that voice. I just can't
Okay,
think of
it's
the
a
song.
Stray Kids song.
What is it?
Oh my goodness. Too late. Guys.
I'm shit.
Nice.
How many
Oh,
times have I
not
been
that
Garbage
bad.
at this game. Oh my god.
Nice.
Okay, next one.
oh.
Yeah,
Say your name.
What?
I know it.
I can hear the song in my head.
Me too.
Can I get the group, Christy? It's EXO.
Yeah, it's definitely EXO. I know it.
Sounds
I
But now
actually
you've
know
told
the
it.
Don't
answer.
I
ask
was
me
going to
the
give the
song,
group
Ruben.
after this one.
I know the answer. I totally know.
Is it-
Can I say it?
Christine, is it
Yeah.
is it overdose?
No.
No. Can I say
Mike?
it?
Yeah.
It's Monster.
No.
No.
It's not Monster?
No.
Is it
Oh, it sounds like
That's
Monster.
right.
Yeah.
Tiger
Okay,
Inside.
so
Close to
it's not.
X.
Yeah, I've got
That
it.
was super.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we're
Mike
playing
was so
that.
ashamed that he's
Mike,
left.
Mike is left. He's doing this. He's doing the walk of shame as we speak. Okay, next one.
Lucy.
Everyone knows. Everyone knows.
Red velvet, red flavor.
It sounds like
Yes. Okay. Mike crying.
Something
Here
happened.
you go.
I'm worried.
Lucy.
Christine.
Oh, Lucy got in first with the name.
Yep.
Christine, you're putting your hand up. You're not saying your name. Sorry. Lucy?
Yell
Is
it.
it BTS? Fake Love.
Yes, it is. Okay. Next one.
Oh,
Trish.
Lucy.
I know that.
Trish.
Super Junior, Mr. Simple.
Yeah.
That's also.
You want?
Right. Let's
Online.
see. What's happening in the chat? The chat's going off.
I can hear that one.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. So next
Yeah. Oh.
I got it. May.
one. Yep.
It's Aurora by AT.
Oh yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Yes.
Nice.
Where's Mike? Are you still there, Mike?
Mike is still not returned.
I wonder
No,
if something's
Mike's-
Oh, no.
happened.
Maybe all the drinks have gotten
Mike's
to him.
bad. Mike's mad. Mike's mad.
Possibly.
Hey,
Hey,
Oh,
Mike.
we thought you'd
It's
gone
okay,
to,
Mike.
to punish
The
yourself.
dog started throwing up. I didn't think you want to hear that. So, you know.
Oh no! Okay. Oh god. Here we go. Next one.
Why do I feel like I should know this?
Remember to
Yeah.
say your name first before you put up your hand.
Oh no! I know it is. Oh, no.
Guess, Lucy.
Oh no!
I've had
Someone
4
just
hours of
guess.
sleep. My brain's not working.
All right. If I say the group, you're just all going to get it. Let's look. You know what? I'm going to the chat.
Yes, someone's got it. I know what it is.
Yeah. Someone must have.
Oh,
Someone must
yes,
have got it.
somebody's
Someone
got it.
must have got it.
Somebody's got it in the chat.
No one's got it in the chat.
Oh,
They
no.
don't? Oh, because I
No?
I
So
was
you
going
have
to
to
Oh,
tell
you
us the
guys on
group
YouTube,
now.
you're not supposed to be looking.
Sorry.
Yeah, stop looking.
I looked after you said that you were doing.
You better
All right, well,
tell Alex.
What? Where are you?
That's it.
You had to go to that part, Frankie, too, right?
Well, I have to go to the chorus. All right, here we go. There's someone in the chat who better get this.
Oh, I know it. I know it.
Lucy?
Hey, Honeymoon BAP.
That's
I'm
right.
ashamed.
You got that.
I'm
Did Hannah get
ashamed.
that? Yeah.
Tell
People are
Hannah
yelling
to
about
be
this.
ashamed.
Be ashamed. Hannah.
Oh,
Be
you're still
ashamed.
talking up and in the
Shame.
kitchen.
All right,
Shame.
second last one.
May.
May.
That's Higher by Ace.
Wrong.
No.
No.
It is Ace, but it's Take Me Higher.
Take Me Higher.
Oh.
I know they put it.
Oh.
They should put it higher and Take Me Higher. Blame.
What I meant.
Well, I'm in Ace
No,
depression
well,
right now.
it's not
Okay?
called higher, so you can't.
Still
You have
Ace
to.
depression.
All right, last one, double
Yeah,
points.
the
If you
new
don't get,
song.
someone doesn't get this. There's something wrong there. Okay, here we go.
Ring, ding, ding,
Hey.
ding, ding, ding.
Mike got that.
Say your name.
Mike, if you didn't
All
get that, I
right.
would have
I
been
think
very
we all know
disappointed
it,
in
yeah.
you.
Now do the
Ring,
dance,
Ding,
Mike.
ding, ding, ding,
Let
ding.
me.
Mike got it, so who else?
Winners on
Yeah.
40 points. It was pretty close because Lucy was on 30. I might not have written, and the winners on 40 points are Sui and Toto.
Look at
Ah.
Toto,
So
not me.
surprised. Ding, ding,
Okay,
ding,
thanks,
ding,
guys.
ding, ding. I gotta listen to
How we go in the
Ring Ding
chat?
Dong now.
Did anyone keep score? Let's have a look. I didn't really expect you to keep score.
Yeah,
I just
turn it
meant-
turn it
Hannah's
back on
hard.
so we can see.
Oh, hang on. Turn the chat back on. All right.
Wow, 122.
There's so many.
They were busy.
People love a quiz. Okay. There's a few people. Yeah. That was fun. Hannah? Yeah, maybe. She's poor Hannah. She's sweating. She's in New Zealand. Jesus. Yeah, Hannah. We think Hannah was the winner. Okay. Look, people, thank you so much for dropping by for this episode. I'm glad some of us got some stuff off our chest, feel a bit better. People don't understand. We're not fetishizing anyone. We feel like we're a family. It's been a wonderful episode, and I'm glad we have a bit of a consensus on that. Next week we are going to look at our favorite 80s concepts. I think originally I said of 2021, but I'm just going to say of any time really. Makes it easier because we've got quite a few people on the panel. So look forward to that, and then I think we're going to take a break for 3 or 4 weeks because I'm moving house, but hopefully I can do some more quizzes coming up as well.
Did I get your plumbing in, Frankie?
Hey?
Did I get your plumbing in, Frankie?
My plumbing's in and the roof is on.
Oh, good.
So,
Nice.
yeah, the roof is on the house
Progress.
now. Yes. So November, we reckon, sometime in about end of November. Okay, thanks, guys. Thank you, chat. Yes, thank you, chat, for stopping in. We had a really great crowd this morning, and we shall see you next week if I can find the outro. Oh, here we go.